I'm not gonna sit on the phone with a woman that I know is cheating with my man. I'm just not gonna do that. Watching them interact, watching them have conversations, is like watching her teach this woman how she wants them to operate. And I said that to her. I just really can't sit in a room with someone that will lie to my face.
Destiny and Latisha explode in on set brawl. Carlos King issues serious warning. Things got out of control during a recent filming of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, when Destiny Payton and Latisha Scott got into a heated argument that turned violent. What started as tension and shady comments quickly blew up into a full-on fight. The situation became so serious that producers and security had to step in, and executive producer Carlos King had to personally shut down filming to prevent it from getting even worse. This wasn't just a dramatic TV moment, it was the result of months of tension building behind the scenes. According to people close to the production, Destiny and Latisha's issues had been simmering for a long time. What began as small digs and passive-aggressive remarks turned into real resentment and anger. Destiny has been going through a lot in her personal life, and she's no longer in the mood to pretend everything's okay. Meanwhile, Latisha wasn't backing down either. Sources say Destiny felt betrayed. She believed Latisha had been supporting people who were talking behind her back. On the flip side, Latisha thought Destiny was fake, acting one way for the cameras and another when no one was watching.
Here you go, talking about business. Like, can we not appreciate this moment right here?
I'm sorry, it's a business trip.
The final straw came while filming a group scene. A few harsh words were exchanged, one woman shoved the other, chairs were knocked over, and a water bottle went flying across the room. The crew was left scrambling, trying to separate them. That's when Carlos King stepped in to stop filming altogether. His warning to both women was clear: one more incident, and they'd both be fired no matter how long they've been part of the show. Friends turned rivals. It's hard to believe that Destiny and Latisha used to be close. Back in the earlier seasons, they were one of the show's most solid duos. When Melody Holt's marriage was falling apart and the cast started picking sides, Destiny and Latisha stuck together. Both women had experienced heartbreak and public judgment, and they leaned on each other for support. They bonded over being mothers, running businesses, and dealing with the challenges of living in the public eye. When Destiny was getting heat for her icy behavior toward Melody, Latisha had her back. And when Latisha was being dragged for standing by her husband Marceau despite cheating rumors, Destiny defended her. They laughed together, confided in each other, and looked like true friends. But somewhere along the way, things changed. It wasn't one big event that tore them apart.
I'm doing this morning.
Better than you.
I am here at...
What's that? What is that?
the Madison County Courthouse. About to turn myself in. And look who's always with me. My dad.
Okay.
My rider. Always. I hate this for him more than anything.
Me too.
Thing through it all is I've learned that I'm one of God's strongest soldiers.
Instead, it was little things quiet and behind the scenes at first. Destiny started to feel like Latisha was taking subtle jabs at her, especially when her beauty supply business hit a rough patch. Destiny thought Latisha was being condescending, pretending to care while actually mocking her choices. The breaking point came when Latisha started getting close to Melody again. After everything that had happened, Destiny saw it as a betrayal. In her eyes, Latisha knew how much hurt there was between her and Melody. They had both agreed Melody was fake and manipulative, so seeing Latisha cozying up to her felt like a slap in the face. Latisha, however, claimed she was just being polite for the sake of peace within the group. But Destiny didn't believe her. From then on, Destiny kept her distance. She only spoke when the cameras were on and kept things cold and distant. Latisha noticed the change and eventually confronted her during a private scene. "If you've got a problem with me, say it," Latisha reportedly told her. "This fake energy, I'm over it." Destiny clapped back with, "Girl, your storyline ruined itself." That hit a nerve. Latisha's storyline, especially the constant defense of her marriage, had already been under scrutiny. Destiny throwing it in her face felt like a low blow, and Latisha didn't take it lightly. The day it all fell apart. The fight happened during what was supposed to be a positive event, a women's empowerment brunch hosted by a newer cast member. The sun was shining, cameras were rolling, and everyone had smiles and mimosas. But the vibe was off. Destiny arrived late, and Latisha was already annoyed. When someone gave a toast about real sisterhood, Destiny rolled her eyes. Latisha noticed and told her, "Say it with your chest." Destiny fired back, "I've been saying it. You're just too fake to hear it." That's when everything unraveled. Latisha stepped toward her, accusing Destiny of being bitter and jealous. Destiny hit back with a brutal line, "At least I'm not letting my man cheat while I pretend to be a boss." Latisha lunged. Destiny stood up and swung. Security rushed in to separate them as they shouted over each other. Clothes were ripped, items were thrown, and the scene turned chaotic. It wasn't just for TV. This was raw and real. Carlos shuts it all down. Carlos King didn't waste time. The moment he got the call, he rushed to set. He wasn't there to talk things out, he wanted answers. After watching the footage and hearing what the crew had to say, he brought both women together and made his position clear. "This is not what we do," he said sternly. Then came the ultimatum, "One more incident, and you're both out. No excuses. No favoritism." Behind the scenes, the network's legal team got involved. There's a clause in every cast member's contract that says any kind of physical aggression can get you fired immediately, regardless of who started it. Now, they're not just reviewing this fight, they're looking into past conflicts, social media behavior, and even scenes that never aired. Blackmail rumors and receipts. As if things weren't messy enough, word spread that someone received an anonymous DM saying Destiny wasn't going down without a fight. The message claimed she had receipts, voice notes, text messages, and even videos that could damage Latisha's image both on and off the show. Allegedly, the materials include Latisha talking badly about cast members, private conversations that contradict her public persona, and behind-the-scenes clips that were never shown to viewers. The fear is that this wouldn't just hurt Latisha, it could bring down others, including members of the own staff.
Does it hurt you that she's around your children?
It does not hurt me, no. More than anything, I go into protective mode. Like, I'm never going to trust someone who adored my family setup so much that they worked their ass off to come between it. Of course, with the help of him, but still.
Hey, our children are perfectly fine.
Like I said, for me, knowing that they are around someone who has said such nasty and vile things.
If Destiny is cut from the show, insiders believe she might leak it all. Now, Carlos and the network are in a tough spot. Do they risk keeping Destiny and dealing with the drama she brings? Or let her go and face the threat of scandalous content being made public? Carlos already made personal calls to both women, demanding an on-camera sit-down to take accountability. Owen has also started re-watching old footage, taking notes on patterns of aggression and emotional outbursts. They're considering big changes, new safety measures, conflict monitors, and even rewriting contracts. Fans react. Social media exploded after the news broke. One fan posted, "Destiny has every right to speak her mind. Latisha's been shady for too long." Another wrote, "Latisha plays the victim, but Destiny's just real. I can't stand fake friendships, especially on reality TV. This isn't just a fight, it's a turning point for love and marriage, Huntsville." The question now is, who stays, and who goes? Whose side are you on, Destiny's or Latisha's? Should Carlos keep them both, or start fresh? So now that everything's blown up on set, fans, producers, and even the network are left asking the same question: where do we go from here?
About their mother and about
all those babysitters that you had, 11 babysitters
who said multiple things
you know
about their
what I'm saying?
father.
11
See how he
babysitters.
defends her?
Because I
He's
can only
bringing up something
imagine all
directly
those
at me when I'm
babysitters that
talking
you had,
about a
you know?
person who has for years, as he knows, tried to torture and come in between our marriage, DMing me. See, he knows all of those things, and I could keep going. So when he sits there and tries to defend, how dare you?
What started as a quiet falling out between two former friends has turned into a full-blown crisis for love and marriage, Huntsville. And this isn't just about one physical altercation. This is about years of tension, broken trust, silent betrayal, and two powerful women who have reached their breaking point. Let's be real, this show has always had drama. That's why we watch. But something about this fight felt different. It wasn't staged. It wasn't hyped for ratings. It was raw. Real emotions. Real consequences. Now, OWN executives are scrambling behind the scenes to figure out the next move. From what we've heard, they're split. Some believe Destiny is too much of a liability. Her outbursts, her social media jabs, and her history of clashing with other women on the cast have made her unpredictable. Others argue that her messy, unfiltered energy is exactly what keeps viewers locked in week after week. Say what you want about Destiny, she keeps the show buzzing. And the buzz turns into views, tweets, clips, and headlines. Then there's Latisha. For years, she's been positioned as the solid one, the smart businesswoman, the devoted wife, the woman who holds it all together. But lately, that image has started to crack. From constantly defending her husband to snapping back at castmates and playing both sides of the fence, fans are starting to see a new side of Latisha. Some feel she's become too controlling, too sensitive, and too reactive. Others say she's just tired of being disrespected. So, Carlos King is stuck in the middle. He built this show with a vision of showcasing love, marriage, growth, and yes, conflict. But not violence. Not lawsuits. Not blurred lines between entertainment and real-life danger. What makes this situation even more intense is the blackmail bombshell. The rumor that Destiny might have voice notes, texts, and unseen footage? That's not just drama, that's a threat. If what's being whispered behind closed doors is true, and Destiny actually holds damaging receipts, then OWN could be walking on a legal tightrope. We're talking defamation, invasion of privacy, contract breaches, you name it. Insiders say the network has now pulled lawyers into every decision. They're combing through past footage, rewatching confrontations, checking cast social media, and even reviewing contract clauses they used to overlook. There's talk of possibly editing Destiny or Latisha out of key scenes. Rumors say they might even bring in fresh faces to replace them. And that's not all. Production sources say future filming will look a lot different. There could be conflict monitors on set, extra security, and even a therapist on standby for cast support. Yes, things are that serious. Because this wasn't just an on-camera fight. This was a wake-up call. What's happening now goes way beyond gossip and shady confessionals. This is about control, consequences, and the cost of reality TV. It's about what networks are willing to risk for ratings and what happens when cast members take things too far. But let's shift gears for a second and talk about you, the viewers. The fans. The ones who have stuck with this show through every twist, every scandal, every messy reunion, and every shocking revelation. Because your voices matter. You've watched Destiny go from vulnerable to villain, from guarded to explosive. Some of you have supported her through the ups and downs, while others feel she brings too much chaos and negativity. You've seen Latisha grow, struggle, push through personal storms, and now? You're watching her crumble under the pressure. So let me ask you. Do you think both women should stay on the show? Has Destiny crossed a line she can't come back from? Or is Latisha the one playing the victim while throwing jabs behind the scenes? Should Carlos give them one more chance, or should he cut ties and start fresh? We want to hear your thoughts, because truthfully, this moment could define the future of love and marriage, Huntsville. And the drama isn't over. Not by a long shot. Now, before we go, let's not forget the bigger picture. What we saw was more than just a fight, it was a breakdown of trust, sisterhood, and shared history. It was the end of what used to be a real friendship. And for many of us watching at home, that's what hurts the most. So whether you're Team Destiny, Team Latisha, or still somewhere in the middle, just know this story is far from over. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. We're covering everything from new cast shakeups to behind-the-scenes secrets you won't hear anywhere else. And share this video with a friend who watches Love and Marriage, Huntsville, because trust me, they'll want to see this. See y'all in the next video. This is Celeb Nova, where the drama ends and the truth begins.